I got a weird light on me, don't I? Hey guys! I wanted to do this outside today because I've been kind of locked up in the house all day, working hard. So I'm a little bit outside. I have very weird lighting. I do apologize. It's because the sun is going under over there. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's the sunset over there. That's why I got a little bit of weird lighting. It looks like. All right. Let's see here. Can you guys hear me okay? Let me know if you can hear me okay. I have like a bunch of cats sitting around me. I just wanted here's the little cat head. I just wanted to sit outside. I haven't gone outside all day. Hello, Anita. Hello, Corrine. All right. All right. How's everybody doing today? This evening from coming to you. Bonjour, Frederic. Coming to you from France. A little bit more explanation about the floods and the fires. It's just the weather's being manipulated. That's basically what it comes down to. I mean, the tools to do that have been around for quite some time. You just do your research. You'll find even YouTube videos where they explain it and they show it. NASA has several weather controlling devices and so on and so forth. So there's a lot of stuff being sprayed in the air. There's a lot of things being done from airplanes. So I can't say too much because otherwise we'll be canceled again on YouTube. It is under the control of. So let's just say that just like everything else, we can stop it. We can shut it down. But we need to reach a maximum amount of people in order to do that. We all have to be aware of what is happening so we can change it, change the frequency of it, and therefore annihilate it and literally erase it from the virtual reality that we are all creating together. The thing is, they always need our approval in some way or form, energetic approval for what they are doing. And that's why, so many people tell me, oh, you look at these movies and they're all coming true. That's because they needed your approval by watching the movies and going, well, that was kind of cool. We are unaware, unconsciously giving our approval for a lot of things that they're planning to do. So, you have to understand we live in a virtual reality that is a projection of the collective consciousness. That means that every single one of us participates in that collective creation. We participate in the individual experience of and perspectives of what we call reality, what we call life, and then we have a collective as well. So we actually participate in both, and one influences the other. So it's all interlinked, it's all interconnected. But nothing can exist without our awareness of it. And the awareness is, in a way, a sort of approval to the universe that it exists. Does that kind of make sense? And so that's why a lot of people, start to notice that all these sci-fi movies turn out to be much more reality than they are. It's because they had to announce it in some way or form before it happens. Because when they bring it to the screen, people watch it, it comes into the awareness, they use that energy, and then it becomes reality. Okay, so keep that in mind on what you choose to look at, what you choose to watch on TV. Okay, anything we put our focus and our energy in, we bring into our reality, whether we want it or not is not of the essence. The universe works and operates solely. There's the sun. Oh, I can feel the heat. It operates solely on an energetic level. It manifests from energy, emotional and intellectual and spiritual. I mean, it's a collective energy. It's not just thinking about it or visualizing, but we also have to feel it. We have to feel the fear, right? For example, you watch a movie. And they, for example, if you used to watch the X-Files, for example, right? There's a lot of stuff in there that we're now seeing to be true. A lot of manipulation, government stuff, and so on and so forth. You know, because we watched that and it brought us fear just watching it, right? Oh my God. Can you imagine if that would happen? Oh my God. Well, the moment we get fearful, that feeds it into reality, right? And that feeds it into. So when we do watch movies, we really have to kind of, one, be careful what we're watching, and two, be careful what we're feeling about it. you know, but fear is a very powerful creator. Unfortunately, it's like this whole, they use this whole alien movies to put fear into people so they can then later on use that fear, and so on and so forth. Anyway, I feel like everywhere around the world right now, we're going to see, or at least that's what I've been receiving, we're going to see weather patterns one after another, disaster after disaster, at a high speed, um, in order to support the fake global warming narrative, because it's fake. Yes, Earth is changing naturally. It's tilting in a different direction, which it does. It's a natural process. If you want to know in detail more about that, just go check out the Patreon post that I made on that. I think it was with Pocahontas. I think I channeled for that one. Anyway, it was very extensive. But, yes, the weather is naturally changing, because when the earth starts moving and tilting in a different degree, on its axis, then how we are towards the sun will start to, how would I explain that? It's See, this is what happens when you don't channel. Then I don't know how to explain it, but when I channel, it's like effortless, right? um that's how I know it's not me. Because when the words come out, I'm like, yeah, I would never have thought of that. But it has something to do with the angle towards the sun, which means that areas where there used to be a lot of cold temperatures will see hotter temperatures. Areas where they used to never see snow will see snow. It is just natural progress of Mother Earth. She's always changing. She's always evolving. She is always on in motion. Okay. So there is a natural change in our weather pattern and so on and so forth. But there's also a manipulated change, the extreme storms, the extreme, um, it's really just crazy abnormal. A lot of it, the fires are just lit. Okay. These are not, this didn't happen because of the heat. Okay. These really are lit. They're set on, cities are set on fire, storms are created. um, just look it up, do your own research, but there's plenty of stuff out there. This has been happening for quite some time, and they need to keep pushing that fake narrative, in order to keep people in fear, in order to make millions and millions of dollars on things that are not sustainable, and so on and so forth. So I'm like surrounded by like I got a cat here, cat here, cat here. um anyway, just whatever used to be woo woo and conspiracy, just that's the truth, and whatever we thought was reality is fake. That's what we come down to, right? Yes, I'm in my pajamas. Of course I am. It's evening, it's late. Anyway, sun's going down. I just wanted to take a little bit of advantage of sitting outside because I have not had the time today. Been working hard. My hands hurt a little bit, but anyway, so check out Patreon. I'm sure more posts will come with more information and so on and so forth. But let's get started with you guys. Let's get you guys a card. Okay, who are we going? Who are we starting with? Robert. Yes, prayers and love for Maui. What they did to those people is disgraceful. But we're going to hold it into a beautiful light of love. And we're going to accept that although it is a terrible, terrible thing, there's always purpose and intention behind it. All right. Let's get Robert a card. Robert, woo! There it went, Robert. Adrift in shallow water. There you go. Oh, I forgot something to write. Can somebody write down the names for me and then send them through? I forgot a piece of paper and a pen. Can somebody be my little receptionist? This is for Robert Novak. Robert Novak. If somebody can do that for me, I would really appreciate it. Okay, Robert, what does it say? Take a few deep breaths and reconnect to your inner peace. Notice the small things and appreciate them. What am I getting for you intuitively, Robert? I feel agitated. I feel like you've been in this kind of phase of just everything annoys you. You're just kind of had it, and you're really having a hard time finding your peace. You're really having a hard time finding your balance. And they're kind of saying, okay, breathe, chillax, okay? Um, Take some time off of all the thinking and just do things that truly fulfill you, that truly make you feel the beauty in the world, that make you feel the beauty inside of you, the divinity inside of you. So it's time to kind of distract yourself with some self-love, some self-care, and some self-focus, and just kind of disconnect for a week or two. That's kind of what it feels like, because you've been it's like you have these kind of roller coaster moments where you have moments where you feel really at peace and you feel in flow and you feel kind of aligned with everything, and then all of a sudden it just comes crashing down, and you just start to focus on all the things that annoy you. Right? So it's really kind of this up and down for you. But right now, they're showing me that between today and the 25th of August, there's this final stage, this kind of energetic portal, energetic thing in the air where it's crucial that all of you, this is not just for Robert, but that all of you are using this kind of week to really stay in that flow of positive energy. It is crucial to stay there, because it almost feels like within this next week, things will become finalized somehow. I don't know, but it's like it's important, and things are being finalized, and super crucial that you stay in that high vibrational state, that you stay in a vibration of gratitude and love and positive reinforcement to yourself, to what you have, feeling grateful for all the little things. It's really important for you, Robert, to do that this week, but it's also important for everyone who's listening right now, is what they're saying. So there's something going to happen. My chicken, something going to close after the 25th. I'm not an astrologer, so I don't know exactly what they're talking about, but that's what they're saying. All right. So, Robert, I hope that helps you. Let's see. Frederic, let's get you a card. Did you leave a message on Patreon? Hold on, I believe you left. My chicken is like right next to my. Don't peck my. No. Thank you. Thank you. I have to tell her in my head to back off, because she's trying to peck my computer. I don't want any buttons to go off. Okay, let's see. I gotta find the Patreon post. A lot of people still reach out and tell me you don't channel anymore. I channel every week, but it's on Patreon because YouTube censors everything. Threatens. I've already had so many threats. Unfortunately, I can't muzzle spirit. I would not be a good channeler if I would be muzzling spirit. So, um, most of my channels are on Patreon. They are written now. Um, Here you are, Frederick. Your husband is sick and in great pain. He has cancer. I don't know what to do to help him. Okay, well, let's get him a card. Okay, Frederick? What's your husband's name? Thank you, Robert. Thank you. Um, do you know what's really kind of striking? Your husband has cancer and you're kind of lost. And yesterday, I started channeling for the next Patreon post, and it's on cancer. And it's pretty extensive. I'm actually very surprised how detailed I'm getting information in. Which card? This one. Um, so that should help as well. So that'll come next week. I'm doing it in little bits because the energies are kind of up and down, and because it's vacation, it gets pretty hectic over here because so many people are visiting and stopping by. I don't always have time to. So I channel, and as soon as I have a little bit of time, I sit down, I channel for 10 minutes, write down what I get, and then channel the next day. That's why it takes a little bit longer. But next month, everything will be back to normal. Kids will be going to school. My daughter was finally accepted in a special school, or Jada was. Leah's still not, but Jada is. So good news. What's Patrick? Card for Patrick. Oop, there it goes. I get the same card. Look at that. Same card. Adrift in shallow water. I feel like we need another one, though. So that one says the same thing. Take a few deep breaths. Reconnect to your inner peace. Because, what I found out during the channeling is one of the main reasons why the energetic root cause of cancer really is fear and anger. Holding on to anger or holding on to a lot of fear. And so it's not a coincidence that he's getting that same card, because it's really about, in order to, because cancer is not, they lie to people, okay? According to my spirits, this is an easy fix, okay? Easy fix. And they're going to go into detail how and what it is exactly. They've already explained it. I can't recall what I wrote down, but they've already explained a part of it. We still have to get to how to fix it, but they told me that it's actually an easy fix, and people have been lied to so they can make millions off of you and do population control. So, that doesn't surprise me. I need another card for Patrick. Patrick. Anyway, that post is coming next week, so hopefully that'll help, Frederick. There we go. Unexplained wonder. So these are the two cards for Patrick. All right. So adrift in shallow water reads, take a few deep breaths and reconnect to your inner peace. Notice the small things and appreciate them. And then unexplained wonder reads, magical blessings and miracles are occurring in your life. All your prayers are answered. Um, this kind of confirms what I just felt a minute ago, which was, everything's going to be okay. But this is an opportunity for Patrick. It's almost like the universe is offering an opportunity to disconnect from the very human character that he plays. He is so in kind of he aligns so much with the human ego that he completely misses out on what he's really here to experience. That's kind of what they're saying. And so, what this illness is doing for him is it's offering him the opportunity to connect to himself from a different angle, a different perspective, so he can learn and take time to better get to know himself, to really get in touch with the inner self. So he can then truly follow the path that he designed for himself, because he's always done what everybody what society and parents and school, what everyone has expected of him, but he hasn't fully embraced the mystery within. He hasn't fully embraced, because I feel like he's this smart little booger. He's very intelligent. He's very creative, but he allows his analytical mind to do the creating for him, okay, to create his reality. And it should be turned around. He needs to fall back on his creative mind, which is always comes from the heart center, the heart chakra. Creativity is a direct line to God's source energy. He needs to start operating and creating his life from that point, but he's too stubborn to do that. He's not a person who's easily convinced to go in a certain direction. He's very stuck in certain routines and habitual thinking and patterns of behavior. And so it's almost like all of this is happening for a reason, and it is to help him transcend the human ego and move into a space where he can be more of himself and feel better of himself and of his life, to really go into a more creative process when it comes to the experience of physical reality. And so all should be okay if he is willing to surrender to the opportunities and see the opportunities that are being offered at this moment, instead of focusing on the negative part of it. The reason that pain management is so hard is because the only thing he focuses on is on that pain. Okay, so I hope that helps. But I just feel everything's going to be okay. But this is really, yeah, this is a life altering experience for him. All right. Let's see here. Who else are we seeing here today? I'm just randomly looking around and whatever. Madison Hicks. Let's do you. Let's see. Madison. I feel this one. It's starting to get dark. Madison. Let's get a message for Madison. And there it went. Stargazing. Madison, stargazing. When you gaze at the stars, you give yourself very focused. Your intuition will flow more freely and reveal what you need to know about your situation. Madison. What am I getting for you? When I look at the picture, I really get, I'm drawing, I don't know, you can't see it very well on the camera, but these are purples. It looks blue on the screen, but these are very deep purples. And they're showing me that your third eye seems to be a little bit blocked at the time because you have too many things that you're trying to accomplish at the same time. Okay, you're trying to do too much. You're either thinking about too much or you're doing too much, one or the other. Either way, the focus isn't where it needs to be. It's really important to learn to master things one thing at a time. Okay, and it's really important for you to step back, look at your journey, and ask yourself, what is the most important thing at this time? What do I start with? And really look and focus on that thing that you feel is the most important at this time, and wait until you move on to a next project or another problem, or something else you need to focus on, until you have in some way or form um, completed or managed the one thing. Okay, so you need to kind of stop trying to think about too much at the same time. Oh, I'm sorry, Bubby. My cat's like, what are you doing? I was moving my little water bottle. Ah, what are you doing? So it's really about learning to focus one thing at a time. That way you'll be less stressed, less annoyed, and your mind won't get blurry, because sometimes I feel like your head just kind of goes, I don't know anything anymore. It's just like everything shuts down, overload, and then you don't know anything anymore, and then you don't. What are you doing? And then you don't know what the solution is. You don't know the answers, and you just kind of get overloaded and you get overstressed, and then everything just kind of spirals down from there. Huh? Yeah, we need to focus on one thing at a time, and start with what you feel is the most important. Okay, and then you'll be less stressed, and everything will flow much more easier than it would if you're trying to do too much at once. All right, let's see who else. Into the light. Let's get you a card. Into the light. Which one? Which one? That one. Into the light. No, 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 no. We've had a lot of new people coming into Patreon, so thank you and welcome for that. Know that we have over 200 channeled posts, channeled by many different spirits. We have channeled posts from Pocahontas, Tesla, Einstein, Bruce Lee has come through, George Washington has come through. So many spirits that step forward. And then my team, of course. I don't know if you guys see that. So go check it out. People always think I disappear, but I don't. I just had to be creative and do it in a different way. Okay, my capacity to tune into the energy of love gives me the words I need when I'm ready to speak up, the compassion I need when it's time to forgive, and the power I need when I am lost. What am I getting for you? It's almost like when it comes to your job, when it comes to um, career, or even being in a group of people. I feel like even if you're in a group of people, you always tend to hold back. You always tend to not always speak your mind because you're afraid of confrontation, you're afraid of judgment, you're afraid of consequences. um, what I'm getting is, as long as you need to learn to love yourself and value yourself and appreciate yourself much more than you're doing right now, because then once we honor and see the value that we are as an individual, then there's no more need to fear speaking up, or to fear um, rejection of a boss or a colleague or whatever. Um, all of that stuff won't hurt us anymore, and it can't hurt us anymore, because we know who we are and we know how valuable we are. Even if other people can't see it, they're lost, right? So what? They're lost. So they're kind of saying, your new mantra should be, so what? That should be your new mantra. um, Whether or not you're in a current job, um, either way, I do feel like there is going to be a change in career. Okay, there is going to be change in a career path. Um, they're saying quicker than you think. So I do see renewal in regards to the job, but it the first focus should be on empowering yourself with the truth. And the truth is, you are an all powerful, all creative, beautiful, perfect being, a unique puzzle piece that chose to come to this earth. And you need to know and acknowledge that without you, the, the full picture of the puzzle will never be complete. That's how important you are. You're important and you're powerful. And whoever doesn't see that, so what? Too bad. As long as you're seeing it, you will create that into your reality. You will, um, that energy, that vibe of, fuck yeah, this is me in all my glory. That energy will influence the people around you as well, and how they see you and how they treat you, and so on and so forth, or will even influence the kind of jobs that you can attract. Does that kind of make sense? So that's what I'm getting for you. So I hope that helps. Let's see. Hopefully it doesn't start raining. I felt a little drop here. Got a little bit of clouds coming in. Otherwise we're gonna have to cut it short. I don't enjoy being in groups because there's an insecurity there. Yeah, I don't like groups either. But then when I go to spiritual groups, then I'm like, fuck yeah. Oh, there goes my cat. Bear, what are you doing? Come here, Bear. Oh, she ran off. That was Bear. The other one you saw was Dopey, and then I have Squealer right here on this side. All right. So yeah, it's because you're very sensitive to energy. When we're empaths, and sensitive to energy, it can be overwhelming to be in groups. I don't like groups either, but then it depends on the group, because when I used to do live events and I had groups of 100 to 200 people, I loved it because everybody was like at my vibe. So we just supported each other in that same vibration. So it really depends, but just know that once you claim that power, once you claim your divinity back and you act and react from that source of self-love, um, then that's going to protect you from a lot of the energies that are outside of you. All right, so that's here what the message is for you. Sarah Lars, will my ex return or should I move on? Let's see, shall we? Which one? This one. We're getting some clouds. Shoo. Wait till I'm done. Sending out the vibe. My reality. No rain. No rain. Sarah. Message for Sarah. Point. Inner child. Inner child. There you go. The fairies of playfulness remind you to make time to embrace your inner child. Playing keeps us young at heart. Do something silly and fun, but stay safe. What am I getting for you on an intuitive level? So, what I'm getting is it's time for you to release, let go of the attachment that you have to that person. Okay, it's time to let go. It's time. Sometimes we have to let go in order for something to come back too. But in this moment, what I'm getting is it's time to let go, and it's time to focus on healing your inner child, because you tend to really when it comes to relationships, they're making me feel like you tend to really cling on to people. um, you go into relationships. Ooh, the wind's picking up. You go into relationships because you feel like you need a witness to value your journey here. You don't like being alone. You just don't like it. You don't, you try to avoid it. But it's almost like that's the something from your past. I feel something maybe as a child, a relationship that occurred or that might have hurt you in some way or form. There's something there that needs to be healed in order for you to attract the soul that you truly have chosen for yourself to share life with. Until then, you're always going to attract people who are going to highlight your insecurities, who are going to highlight your fear of abandonment, your fear of being alone, and so on and so forth. So, release, let go, and really focus on being okay with just being you. Being okay. That doesn't mean you're shutting the door to any new relationships. But when we can be okay with it just being us, um, knowing that you're never alone. Okay. When we're alone, we're all one. You're always connected. Everything around you is alive, has consciousness, and is observant of your journey. You have spiritual teams that are observing your journey 24/7. You have I forgot the name now, but you have like a team in spirit that doesn't guide you or anything, but they are simply observing and registering your journey. So you're never alone. You're always being observed. You're always registered in some way or form. So everything is valuable and everything is precious, whether you're on your own or not. It's equally beautiful and equally important. But when we can learn to be alone and be okay with being on our own and still find joy and completion and wholesomeness and fulfillment in our own unique journey without needing other people to validate that, then we become so much stronger, and we start to attract and align with new friendships and new relationships that will honor and mirror back to you that same love, that same respect, that same validation. Does that kind of make sense? And so that is what I feel at this moment. What Spirit is telling me is time to let go, focus on self, focus on healing oneself. And when the time is right, when you're ready, then the right person will find its way to you. A lot of people are so scared of not finding or missing out on that one opportunity. If it's meant to be, if it's written, if it's designed that way, you're never going to miss out on it. Your spiritual team won't let you. You won't pass by each other and just go, oh, did I just miss out? It can't happen. It just can't. So we need to always let go of the fear of what if I miss out on an opportunity, or what if I miss out on the one person who I was meant to be with? It just can't happen. It's not possible. Okay, the universe won't allow it to happen because it is pre-written into the matrix that you guys should meet each other. All right. So let go of all the fears. Work on oneself. Be okay with being on your own. You're fabulous, wonderful, beautiful, and perfect and whole already. And then allow and then let the universe flow. Okay. Let the universe flow. Let things flow naturally. Stop trying to control everything, but just have faith in the universe that it will bring onto your path what your soul requested in this journey. Okay. Have faith. All right. All right. Hope that helps. Hi, Madison. I did give you a message. Maybe you missed out on it, but just go back to the recording, okay? I pulled you a card for you. You're welcome, Sarah. All right. Is it Miss or Mr. Frost? May I have a card, please? I would love to retire raising grandsons. Sure, let's get you a card. This one. What do you think, Squealer? The wind's picking up, clouds coming in. I think we're gonna have some rain tonight, which is good. We need rain for the land, huh? You should see this. Look, I don't know if you're going to see it. Hold on, let me see if I can get it. Look at that. Look, there's like cats everywhere. Can you guys see it? They're all just like waiting. Chickens, cats. There's a cat there. There's a cat there. Everybody's snoring and sleeping, and then there's one right next to me. Yeah. We have plenty of cats, don't you think? Yep. Okay. Let's get a card. Single female, Miss Frost. Let's get a card. I'm Belgian, so I don't always know Mrs. The short things. Sometimes miss me. Look how gray I'm getting. Oh my God. I've decided to just let it grow, but I don't know. Might have to rethink that. The more energy and intention I bring to my faith, the more fearless and free I am. All right, Mrs. Frost. Or Miss Frost. The thing that I'm getting here, the word fearless really jumps out. It's like highlighted and it's like blinking at me. There's some fear inside of you that if you go into retirement, that financially it might be a little bit of a struggle or something might not work out. And they're kind of saying, be fearless, follow your highest excitement, follow your joy. It's like the time has come to really start doing something for yourself because you are always giving. You're such a giver. You have such a great, wonderful heart, and you're very compassionate. But boy, do you always put yourself last. Okay, they're saying that time needs to stop. Putting yourself last. No, you need to become first right now. You need to really put more focus and attention and energy into your own happiness, into your own peace, into your own joy. It's really about allowing yourself the time to take time, to make time, to create time and space to really find your joy, to really find peace. And although it's admirable that we're always wanting to be there for people, and that's good, we're giving love, we're receiving love, but understand that you have to also allow yourself to feel that love, because although there's a lot of love being sent to you, it's almost like unconsciously you don't accept it. Unconsciously there's something blocking you from truly feeling and accepting that love. Intellectually, yep, I'm getting love back, yep, intellectually, but you don't feel it in the heart chakra, and so you need to. The only reason you can't feel it is because you yourself don't feel it for yourself. Okay, so you need to work on self-love and really, again, put yourself first. You've done so much for so many, and you undervalue what you've accomplished so far. You've done more than you could possibly imagine, but in your mind it hasn't been that great or spectacular. It's just, well, I've been keep trucking along, keep going. But they're saying, you have to look at your life from a different perspective, from an outside perspective, and then you will see just how much you've done for others, how much you've done to try and help and assist and, um, in a way, follow the rules. It's almost like they're saying, stop following the rules, create your own from now on, and really be fearless in your decision making, because your peace and your balance and your health depends on it. And they're talking about health kind of highlighted. Okay, your physical health needs to be addressed, and the only way you can do that is by providing time and space to really kind of um, have the energy, the focus, the time to do it. Time for you. Okay, time for you. Hope that helps. That's what I'm getting. Let's see here. Who else? How to be proactive, effective, and fulfilled in this current world circumstance without becoming a target for anger and resentment from fearful masses or of the general population. It's about, we're not here to convince. Look, and this might be complex, but look, we're all experiencing the same earth, but from different realities, parallel realities. We live in a multiverse, and so not everybody will see what you see. And so we're not here to preach and force people to change their minds. We are here to bring awareness and release it. We're here to share it and release it. What people do with that is not under our control, but we can offer the opportunity by bringing it into their awareness. And that's something that I've had to learn as well, is, because I had a breakdown at some point, because during the whole, see thing, I warned people before it even came, before it appeared. In my predictions, I predicted the C word before it was even a thing. And Jesus said, and the video is still on YouTube, which I'm surprised by. But Jesus' message is still on there, where he warned us, and don't do, watch out for the promised medicine, blah blah blah. Um, he warned everybody, and so many of my followers, just completely went running in a different direction, because they thought, well, she just went nuts. And now all this proof is coming out that everything that was said was completely accurate. And at that point, I also had this kind of breakdown, because I was like, I'm trying to save everyone by, sharing your message. That's what I told Jesus. I'm trying to save everyone, and they're not listening, and they're actually running in the opposite direction, exactly towards what you just said we should stay away from. And he said, you can't save everyone, because not everybody's meant to be saved. What it came down to, the advice that he gave me was, you're here to bring awareness, and every soul has the freedom to choose which parallel reality, which dimension they continue in. And a lot of us have already jumped dimensions, because our earth has already been destroyed several times. by different things. But there's a whole other conversation. If you guys like parallel realities and the Mandela effect and really want to understand it, I have a great post on Patreon that explains it in detail. What that is all about. But basically, we have a collective consciousness creating a collective earth, but because people are on 3D, three-dimensional timelines, four-dimensional timelines, some of us are already on the fifth dimensional timeline, all living together but having a different experience of the same thing. Okay, because we have different conscious perspectives, different awareness, different consciousness. Therefore, we are experiencing the same thing in a whole different way. And that's something you have to wrap your head around, because it means that we're not going to be able to save everyone, and we're not going to be able to convince everyone, because not everybody is here to have that same experience. What we can do is send out love, send out awareness, send out truth, in order for those who are ready to find it. And then they're going to find it at the right time for them. Okay. So you have to find a certain peace in that every soul is directed by a higher soul, and it will experience what it wants to experience, what it chooses to experience. And we need to find acceptance in that we're not here to control their experience. That's up to them. Nobody is allowed to control another person's journey, path, direction. Only the soul can do that. But what we can do is just share wisdom and truth. And, when it's the right time for every individual soul to be able to accept that and tap into that and use that, that's up to them. And so you have to find peace in that everything happens the way it's orchestrated. This is only a dream state. This isn't real. I'm not really here. You're not really here. I'm not really in this environment. I created it in my conscious mind. Okay? We're co-creating and we're individually creating. Where are we really? Me? I'm in heaven, just like every single one of you. You're in heaven. You're having your little goggles on. You're in your little booth, just like Avatar. And you place your consciousness into a physical body. But you're not really here. You're up there having this experience. Okay? That's how the best way I can explain it. And then multiply that by having thousands and thousands of other lives all at the same time, because there is no time and space. Okay? It gets more complex. But that's really what's going on. And so that's why, when, for example, when our loved one quits, transitions, dies, you see them every day. We don't remember that we saw them because we're not meant to. But every day when you go to sleep and you go into your deep sleep, right? Not the REM sleep, not the rapid eye movement sleep where you dream, right? My computer just went out. But the deep sleep, you actually disconnect from this body. You're always connected with an energetic cord, but your consciousness wakes up in heaven, takes their goggles off, goes, wow, that was a tough day. Woo! Goes and visits all your loved ones that have passed on. They're all there. You can go visit them every night. And that's usually what most people do. They go for advice. What do you think? Blah, blah, blah. And then by the time we get back into our body, we go back through the REM sleep to the dream sleep, and that makes us forget everything we knew. And we go back into the human ego consciousness, and we wake up and we don't remember a goddamn thing. But that's really how it is, right? So my spiritual team, Eric, always, my guide, Eric, always says, you need to learn to just accept that this is not real. This is just a virtual reality in order to provide certain experiences for the soul to better understand itself. That's it. We do create it and we do we do so through the conscious mind. Everything is like a projection. What you see around you is a projection of what you consciously have accepted to be your reality, right? So when you look at the world and you only see the negative, you're choosing to see that. When I look at the world, I see, yes, humans can do so much better, so much pain can be avoided. But in some way or form, consciously or unconsciously, we are choosing to be a part of that. Okay. So my advice is send out your awareness, send out, but don't try to control the situation. Simply understand that by staying in a peaceful, loving state, by raising your vibration, by understanding that this how you choose to live and see the world every day is far more powerful. It is the most powerful weapon to dismantle and take away the weapons of those who want us in fear. Because if every single person would no longer choose to live in fear, but choose to only see the love in people, and choose to see hope, and choose to um, envision and feel that the world is already a better place, that we're moving in a positive direction, that everything is just as it's meant to be, it's moving forward, and the light has already won. When we, and it, I mean, that's just a reality, but not a lot of people see that yet. But if you stay in that vibration, that collectively changes the collective, right? That vibration you send out daily. Remember the Care Bears? They used to have this kind of thing that would, heart and love and whatever. They used to have this kind of thing, this energy that would come out of them. That's the same thing. If people choose to no longer live in fear, if people choose to see through the manipulations and go, ha, there they go again. I start, right now, despite I know there's pain and there's suffering, when I look at their plans, I start laughing already because I can see right through them. They can't fool me anymore. Find joy in that. Find fulfillment in that you can see through the manipulation, and share that enthusiasm with people, even if they're not ready to hear it. Share it and just let them, I don't have to hold my cat. Let them use it to, use it or dismiss it. It doesn't matter. Their soul knows what they want. So, I don't know if I'm making any sense, but I've learned to live one day at a time. I have learned to focus on the small things in life that bring me joy. My children, I have a beautiful property. There's a ton of work, but I have a beautiful property, and I can already see it in my mind what it's going to look like at some point. Um, and I just know in my heart that everything is right on track. We're moving forward. We're already on that 5D train, and not everybody's going to go with you on that 5D train, but you're still going to see them because it's the same reality, but they're going to have a completely different experience of the same thing. Okay, that's the multiverse. It's for some people still complex to understand and grab their heads around. Anyway, um, I don't know if I'm making any sense. I just go blah blah blah, but that's really what you got to do. So many people get lost. Um, we're not here to preach, okay? We're not here to force people, okay? That's what religion does. Religion, you do this or you go to hell. It's fear mongering. Um, we're here to understand that everybody's on their own path. We are collectively creating, but the change, you want to help the world, you want to change it, it starts with you. How you see the world, how you choose to experience one day at a time. That's how we influence people, not by preaching, but by showing them, look, I can be in a complete state of peace, and I am happy and I am blissful. I might not have the millions that I would like, but I am blissful because I have so much already. I have peace, I have balance, I have my health, I have, I get to shower every day. I get to eat. I don't have to worry about, um, paying my bills, for example. Whatever it may be that you're grateful for. I have a beautiful family who loves me. Blah blah blah. It's about seeing how much you already have and valuing that and understanding that there are people who don't even have any of that. It's about seeing that. And life is not going to come, it's not always going to be, blissful. You're going to have ups and downs, but how you choose to handle those downs is what makes you powerful. You can either allow it to take away your joy, and you can allow it to get you frustrated, and you can allow it to bring you into a deep dark hole, or you can say, you know what, whatever. That's what I usually do. Whatever. I'm sure there's a solution. There's always a solution to every problem. Always. Okay? So there's no need to stress or get frustrated. And then the more you relax into it and the more you just kind of flow with it, you know what, the answer is coming. The universe will find a way to bring it to me. Then the answer always comes. Okay? All of a sudden somebody will knock on my door and say, hey, I found this person, blah blah blah, he could help you with that problem, whatever it may be. But there's always a solution. We have to really kind of live more in an attitude of, you know what, so what, this isn't perfect, so what, that isn't perfect, so what, I haven't achieved that yet, so what? You're an immortal being. This is just an experience. You have hundreds and thousands of other lives that are, where you are able to accomplish what you want to accomplish. You see what I'm saying? So what? That should be everybody's new mantra. But understand that your love and your peace and your hope is what changes the world, not guns, not eliminating and killing the ones who are trying to control us. Anger doesn't resolve anger. Negativity doesn't resolve negativity. The only thing that can resolve and diffuse negativity and lower vibrations is the higher loving vibrations. That's it. The only way you can get rid of the shadows is by shining the light more bright. That's it. That's it. You know? And we're not going to convince everybody. Okay? You don't see the bees trying to convince the flies that honey is better than shit. No, they just accept that, hey, that's their path. This is our path. We go for the honey, they go for the shit, and everybody's happy. Okay? Their souls are happy in that shit. Okay? Their souls are getting the experience that they want to get, and so are the honeybees. You know? The bees don't go and try to convince the flies that honey is better than shit. They accept and allow that everyone's on their own path, and everyone will find what they're looking for in this virtual reality. Every soul will find what they're looking for in their own experience. But that doesn't mean that we can't bring awareness. That's what we're doing. We're bringing awareness, we're spreading the light, we're spreading truth, and we're sending it out. What is being done with that is out of our hands. Okay? What is in our hands is what we choose to do with the knowledge that we possess, with the messages that I receive. I choose to share it. Whether people want to believe it or not is not up to me. We share, we let go, but we find our own peace. Because how we choose to live is what will change the vibration of the collective. If everybody finds their peace, self-love, compassion for others, being of service to others, and just really finding joy in their life, then all that negativity can no longer exist, because it will uplift the frequency that we live in collectively. And when frequencies go up, the lower frequencies can no longer exist there. And it's as simple as that, and still as hard as that, because so many people are still worried, frustrated that they're not going to achieve something, they're not going to accomplish something, they're not going to find peace, there's not going to be any peace in the world, and so on and so forth, and so on and so forth. Let go of it. There's a reason for everything, there's a purpose behind everything, and all we need to do is just trust and work on how we choose to feel, react, interact with ourselves, others, and our environment. That's where that's where the magic is to heal the world. Does that make sense? Right, Ed? There's Ed. Little Ed. Oh, Ed. The only male we got. All the other cats are female. He's so sweet, though. Anyway. Oh, my Lord. Okay, I'm going to do one more card. I'm sorry. We've been rambling on and rambling on. And then I'm going to see everybody on Patreon next week for some more live angel card readings. If you guys are interested in all that, go check out my Patreon page. Let's see which one. This one. Go check out my Patreon page. It's only $3 a month. You can sign in for 1 month, cancel the next, sign in a few months again. You will always have access to all the written posts. You know, it helps me, it supports me to be able to continue the channelings and doing all the things that I have to do. We are trying to create a spiritual resort here in our property. Any support is welcome. But go check out patreon.com. Oh, what are you doing? Don't step on that. A little squealer. What you doing? You gonna jump? Up. Yep, there it goes again. Things popping up. Oh, stop it. Alright, let's pull this out. Hold on. Give me a second. See what you did? Sweater. He's just like licking his paws. Alright, let's get a group card. So go check out patreon.com/Emanuelle McIntosh if you're interested in weekly channelings. There's monthly messages on there from Jesus. Jesus has taught us a lot already about the real history of mankind, not the fabricated one that we are taught in school. The real history, the real origin of man, the real truth on our planet. We're not alone here. That's just what they want you to believe. There's posts on illnesses. There's posts on just a little bit of everything. And I try to get a post out every week. We've had one on the moon, which was interesting. Not what I expected. They should make a movie of what I channeled from the moon. Because what I have received, I have not heard anywhere else. Even I was like, what? What? You kidding me, right? That's how the moon got here? It didn't used to be here? What? So, stuff like that. Even I channel and I go, what? Even I get surprised by the answers that I'm getting. All right. Group card for everyone. There you go. Those light codes. Light initiation, great teacher awakening, and divine magic. You know, those, I don't know if I'm saying it right, THOTH, you know, to me, is one of our creators, is an Anunnaki who wants humanity to transcend the Anunnakis. Because there is this invisible war kind of going between the reptilians and the Anunnakis, and we're kind of stuck in between because they want to control us. They both want to control us, so they're fighting over us in a way, and that's just kind of an invisible war that happens amongst us that we don't even know about. But anyway, Thoth is the one that helps us to awaken, and because he doesn't agree with all of that stuff anyway. So, great teacher awakening and divine magic, light initiation. You know, the thing that I'm getting through this card is that we are in a very important um, energetic portal right now that's opened up. Eric called it the 11th gate, which opened up on the 8th of August. And it's closing, I think, towards the end of August. So that might be where the 25th date came in. I'm not really sure. Um, but we're in this very important portal right now where we really have to believe in magic. We have to believe in our own magic, in our own powers to create, in our own power to feel good. Okay. We always feel victimized by our outside surroundings, by the world outside of us. And a lot of times we victimize ourselves. Okay. Oh, there's Gerald. Hi, honey. It's my husband, Gerald G. Mac. I didn't even know he was on here. But we, so many of us allow ourselves to be victimized um, by ourselves, by outside sources, family, friends, the world, whatever. But that's a choice. That's a choice. Okay. We don't need to be victims. Okay. It's a choice to feel victimized. We can change that, but it takes strength, self discipline, and really the absorption of truth. Because a lot of us know intellectually we are spiritual beings, we are eternal, we have the power to create. We know that. But knowing it and feeling it so that it becomes you, that truth needs to become you, it's a whole different ball game. Okay. I know so many people who, they are, oh, we're spiritual and we know this, but yet their actions completely contradict what they think they know. You have to become your truth. You have to become universal truth. You have to live it day by day. You have to stop victimizing yourself. And you really have to understand that, look, I'm not perfect for a reason. Okay. I'm quirky because I needed to be quirky in this lifetime. It was a choice. Okay. Everything is a choice. Um, we chose this body. Oh, Ed, no, 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 no. Oh, the cat's trying to jump on you. They want their 5 minutes of fame. Um, you know, so many people don't accept their bodies. Don't so many people don't. I mean, this is your best friend. You chose it for a reason. Okay, you knew exactly what you were going to look like when you chose it. Okay, you knew exactly. Okay, if I'm born at this time and this, then the energies will provide me with these kind of qualities and these kind of personality traits and so on and so forth. Everything was precisely chosen by you before you were even born. So embrace yourself because you're perfect the way you want it to be. Okay. Don't allow the human ego, the manipulation that happened from the moment you were born by other people to make you feel less worthy, to make you feel less beautiful, to make you feel victimized. Feeling victimized is a choice. Don't choose it. That's my advice. It took me a long time to process that as well, but don't choose it. Okay. If you guys, I do have a class. It was recorded quite a few years ago, but if you go to learnitlive.com, I do have a class called The Road to Enlightenment. If you guys are interested in getting homework on how to become our truth, then go check that out. The Road to Enlightenment on learnitlive.com. Where I share what I had to go through years and years and years figuring out how to transcend victimhood. And I share it with you there, but I also give you homework to do so you can actually become your truth and not just understand it intellectually. So if you're interested in that, go check that out. If not, that's okay. Find your way to let go of being a victim. And, when we do that, our whole reality will change. It will adjust itself to your new frequency of being in alignment with oneself. Okay? Looks like Gerald's having a nice chat there. Oh, God. I'm getting a little stiff sitting on this, sitting on my butt. All right, I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you all for being here so plentiful today. Um, Bless yourself, bless others, and just follow love and compassion. Just find acceptance. You know, the universe knows what it's doing. This is only a reality, and there are thousands of parallel realities happening at the same time. Like I said, we've already jumped without our knowledge from one timeline into the next because we already destroyed one, one or multiple actually, according to them, and we didn't even notice. The only thing we're noticing are Mandela effects. Hey, that used to be different. Okay, well, yeah, because you came from a different timeline, and just one morning you decided to wake up in a different one because it wasn't your time to have the experience of transitioning yet. Your journey wasn't fulfilled yet, so you hopped from one reality into the next, and the world looks very similar, but it just has small little details that are a little bit different. Okay, and you can imagine infinite amount of parallel realities are there. So either way, your new mantra should be somewhat. All right. All right, guys, I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm knocking over my bottles here. I'm gonna let you guys go. Gerald's gonna keep talking. And I'll see you guys next week on Patreon. Bye.